In a healthy and happy family, the physical and emotional well being of the child is crucial. How can we ensure that the children in our house are healthy and emotionally happy? Today, with us, we have three specialists: Dr. Abhinaya, who is an obstetrician and gynecologist, Dr. Ramya Sampath, who is a psychiatrist, and Dr. Chandra Kumar, who is a pediatrician and neonatologist, to discuss about the emotional well-being of the child.
For me, being an obstetrician, I always feel that the physical and emotional well-being of the child is decided from the time of conception. So the mother has to be physically and emotionally stable to bring up a healthy child into this world. If the mother is suffering from any infections or physical problems like malnutrition or anemia, diabetes, hypertension complicating pregnancy, that will definitely have a direct effect on the well-being of the child, from miscarriage to low birth weight to stillbirths to major complications after birth like heart problems and congenital abnormalities in the child. Or it can also have mental impact like mental retardation, or the IQ of the child will be low. So we have to make sure that the mother has to be physically and emotionally strong and well throughout the pregnancy. After delivery also, the mother undergoes a tremendous physiological and psychological trauma because of the hormone imbalance. We have to make sure that the mother is very well behaved that time. The whole family support is very important because mother undergoes a phase called postpartum depression, which will deprive her love and affection from the child. So the child will definitely have some health effects, psychological problem, trauma right from the childhood. So we have to identify postpartum depression, psychosis, postpartum blues, and treat the mother emotionally, because if we don't treat it, and it can lead to even the suicidal tendency to the mother, and it will affect the affection, the love and affection the child has to receive will be deprived. So we have to definitely make sure that the child is very well taken care of by treating the mother's physical and emotional well-being. Right now, to talk about the parenting style, I invite Dr. Ramya to continue the talk.
So let's look into the different parenting styles and in what way it affects the child's emotional well-being. So basically, to understand it in a simpler way, there are basically three types of parenting. On one end, we have what is called as authoritarian parenting, where it basically means the children are given set rules or set limits or family rules, but the child does not have any freedom to choose on its own, does not have the personal space. So here punishment is the only option that the child is left with if it dares to cross the boundaries. So authoritarian parents typically bring up their child as having very low self-esteem. These children may always lack confidence in moving with peer groups. Similarly, on the other end, we also have what is called as permissive parenting, which is most often the parenting style of this era. So here, typically a working parent, both of them, they just want to give whatever the child asks for. They themselves feel they are subordinate to the kid. So the child actually masters over the parent and the child takes the upper hand. There are no set limits for the family and the child is given full freedom, unsupervised freedom. So this has its own implications, like the child becomes more and more authoritative in the family, becomes more dominant and tries to overrule everything else. So this is also not a very healthy kind of parenting. So what would be a healthy parenting style, you may ask me? So that there lies a healthy parenting somewhere midway between these two, where a parent set limits or sets a set of family rules which they themselves comply with. They set the best role models for their children. At the same time, the child is also given a due respect or a personal space to express its emotions. That's a healthy family time that is being spent to understand the child's emotional needs as well. So healthy parenting is when there are set limits. At the same time, the child has some set freedom as well. So this is where the bonding happens at an optimal level, and we can ensure that the overall family has a very good emotional well-being. So to know about what are the exact behavioral issues that children may be having, I invite Dr. Chandra Kumar, consultant pediatrician.
So as we know, different parenting styles can affect the behavior and development of the child. So the behavioral personality of the child is very important, and it evolves as the child watches the parents' behavior at home and learns a lot from their behavior and imbibes those characters. So, if the parents are too authoritative, then child will not be able to explore his or her new ideas, and the development of the child in those areas would be limited. So the behavior of the development, if it is disrupted, if behavioral development is disrupted in the early period, early childhood, then it can result in a lot of developmental problems in the child. So as a parent, one has to be very consistent in uh, 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 making set of rules for the child. Both the parents have to be on the same page when they are strict with the child. Both of them have to be strict. Both of them have to learn to say no to certain things which are not good in future for the child. So, to say few examples for behavioral developmental disorders, the commonest among them is autism spectrum disorder, wherein you can see a child is not interested in interaction, social interaction with others. Baby will not have good verbal or non-verbal communication. Child will be doing repetitive activities. So these are all some early markers for this autism spectrum disorder. Likewise, baby can have attention deficit or hyperactivity disorder, disruptive behavioral disorders. So all these things require early identification and treatment with a behavioral pediatrician and child psychiatrist. So if your child's behavior is deviant from any other child of same age group, you should not hesitate to seek an expert opinion.
During the journey of ensuring a good family health, whenever we come across any difficulties, be it behavioral problems in children or interpersonal conflicts within the family members, just remember not to delay meeting a doctor. This problem may need a multidisciplinary approach. Always remember, early diagnosis leads to a better cure. Thank you.